What's up friends, welcome back to my channel and today's video is all about the BMW 310cc's bike. Mainly एक जो थी वो थी बिल्कुल उसके एडवेंचर टूरिंग बाइक और दूसरी जो थी वो नेकेड स्ट्रीट बाइक. सो वी आर हेडिंग टूवर्ड्स द नवनीत मोटर्स BMW मोटरार जो कि अंधेरी वेस्ट में है. एंड लेट्स सी, देखते हैं, जाते हैं, बाइक को चलाते हैं और जानते हैं बाइक के बारे में. सो लेट्स कंटिन्यू द वीडियो. Oh, we are now about to reach and it's 1.2 kilometer more. Here we go. यहाँ से आगे I need to take a U-turn and देखते हैं U-turn. Finally, we have reached the BMW Motors, and this time okay, yeah, I heard that my destination I have reached. Ooh, cool. So finished and I need to take my cell. बैटरी भी आज का मैं भाई इसका मैं प्राइवेसी वाला GPS कर देता हूँ बंद. So finally we reach BMW Motorrad and अब चलते हैं यहाँ पे and let's see. So okay, so this is BMW GS 310R. Oh, looking good यार. Adventure series proper. देखने से कोई बोलेगा नहीं कि it's a 310cc bike. It's looking like at least a 650cc segment bike. Cool. Wow. हुआ तो पॉसिबल है. I'll plan to buy this. Let's see. Cool. चलो अंदर चलते हैं. And BMW Motorrad motorcycles, and man, what amazing machines they have. In front of you, these are the GS series 750, 1200 and 310cc. And the old school lovers will surely like this, the BMW 90 with the boxer engine, and this one, oh, pure super sports, the BMW S1000 RR.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of when we came.
This is one of the collector's model. This is the BMW HP2. Look at the machine. Wow, with the boxer engine. This bike looks huge, man.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. When we can.
Well, this is the first time that Munich has created a GS branded motorcycle that displaces less than 500cc. The BMW G310 GS, of course, comes from the same platform as the TVS Apache RR310 and the other BMW motorcycle, the G310R. But the format for the BMW G310 GS talks to the same idea as the R1200 GS, a competent touring motorcycle with more than a modicum of off-road ability, and that's built on the foundation of quality and reliability that the GS is famous for. The Indian adventure touring market is getting going. It starts today at rupees 1.8 lakhs Royal Enfield Himalayan and goes up to rupees 4.6 lakhs for Kawasaki versus X300. The BMW G310 GS is the third adventure at rupees 3.49 lakh ex showroom. The Hero X Pulse at a price just rupees 1 lakh should arrive before 2018 becomes history, and of course the KTM has confirmed that 2019 will bring the 390 adventure to India and the world. Keywords loaded. Let us dive straight into the motorcycle. The trailer's frame and the swing arm are exactly the same as the G310R. The engine is exactly the same as well, down to the gearing. That means 34 PS, 28 Newton meter, 4 valve, dock, single cylinder is mounted backwards and tilted back slightly as well. Now come the differences. First, the front suspension is taller, offering 180mm of travel versus 140mm on the G310R. The rear has the same amount of travel. Both suspension units are longer, and that's how the G310 GS is taller, offers more ground clearance, and has a 835mm seat height. Mounted to the suspensions are the same brakes. ABS is standard, uh, ABS is standard, but on the GS you can turn the rear ABS off. For off-road, works if you want to wire a prominent switch on the left cluster. But the wheels and the tires are completely different. The rims are a similar design, but the BMW G310 GS wears a 110/70 R19 and 150/70 R70 Metzeler tour and spare. That's a tall tire with big block tread that promises a blend of 80 to 20 on and off-road ability. That's not all. The GS has slightly less trail but a bigger rack and uses a forward offset axle. This gives it more stability and a longer wheelbase, which should help you when you have got luggage or pillion or both on the bike. The package is wrapped up in a wonderful bodywork, clearly inspired by the R1200 GS. The look starts with a functional lower mudguard topped by a GS correct beak that extends from the headlight. The short screen completes a look that is clearly BMW and clearly a part of GS family. Behind that fairing is the same digital instrument cluster as the R, and the ABS indication will flash to remind you that you have turned off rear ABS. The tank is still an 11-liter unit. A small surprise, we are expecting a slightly larger tank for the GS, but it's big. Wide unit that completes the look and it's proportionate. Just like the GS, there isn't much more bodywork past this point, and the motorcycle ends in a substantial rack that will prove every handy for those of us planning to head out on the highway. Unfortunately, all this bodywork and bigger suspension does have an impact on the weight. the BMW G310 GS is 11 kg heavier than the 310R. Talking about the BMW G310 GS performance, the additional weight does have a pro and a con. The con naturally is that the BMW G310 GS feels a bit slower and less urgent than the G310R. Top speed is identical according to the BMW, that is 143 km per hour. The advantage though is that the GS feels more comfortable, less strained, and more like the R1200 GS in nature. Let me explain that the surprise for me when you ride a 125 PS, 125 Newton meter R1200 GS is always how calm and understated the nature of the performance is. And while the G310R feels more exuberant, the G310 GS feels quieter and more composed. I suspect that 110 hours into a long ride and later it will feel better. The said nature of the engine is the same as the 310R. That means a sweet cruise between 80 to 110 km per hour. You can get up to 120 km per hour also, but your right foot will feel a new buzz starting up in the foot pegs. It is 6500 rpm for 1100 100 km per hour for your reference, and that pace the GS engine is barely audible, and your senses of composure and the feeling of the lope rather than a run. Lovely, really. That said, I would have preferred this feel all the way from 80 to 130 km per hour, but that needs at least 10 PS or more to be available. Talking about the ride and handling, the GS handles well. It turns slower than the R, but it feels stable and confident. The Turance tire have a profile that tapers sharply, and you will feel initially like it's almost falling to lean, going away from vertical a little too rapidly. But you do get used to it. And the sharp profile also combines well with the wide bars and tall seating to give you what I suspect will be an extremely adept commuting tool. The taller suspension gives the GS a softer ride than the R. Your first sense is of tall and stiff motorcycle, but you quickly learn that while the GS feels reactive over small sharp bumps, it is able to handle bigger bumps and undulations with great composure. It's good compromise for a motorcycle that is expected to find itself on unusual roads and in places where there aren't any. The off-road capability. Now many of you keep asking if G310 GS is an off-roader. Let's be clear, it isn't. It's a dual sports, a 19 by 17 inch tire combination endows the GS with good highway manners and a pleasingly tactile and responsive off-road manners. Standing on the pegs and riding an off-road trail, the GS rapidly gave me the confidence to open the throttle in most places than I normally might. The Turance hook up and drive and the 19-inch front reduces the deflection when you hit rocks or ruts. I do think that if you are going to do a lot off-roading, you will probably want to add risers and raise the bar higher for a natural riding position when standing on the foot pegs. At rupees 3.49 lakhs ex showroom, the BMW G310 GS isn't cheap, but I believe that it will find many homes because the quality of the product is obvious. And the final wording, if you have that much amount in your pocket and if you are ready to spend, then obviously you may choose a BMW.
भाई बहुत ट्रैफिक लग रहा है मुंबई में. चलो, now I'm going to my home and today I got an opportunity to ride the BMW, though they were small capacity bikes, but still full of premiumness and single cylinder 300cc segment. What I feel, the pricing should be more competitive. GS310R would cost you around 4 lakh rupees, and the big competitor is the Royal Enfield Himalayan, and you will get a Himalayan around 2.6 or 1.6 or 1.7 on road. But again, if you want the brand name, then you can opt for the BMW. But if you want more practicality, a good value for money, then obviously Royal Enfield Himalayan is the best value for money. Himalayan bhi abhi ABS, they are offering now dual channel ABS, and now the Royal Enfield is not the old Royal Enfield. काफ़ी चेंज किया रॉयल एनफील्ड ने खुद को, एंड उसका ही रिजल्ट है द ट्विन 650, जो कि वन ऑफ द ट्विन्स, दैट इज इंटरसेप्टर, won the bike of the year. BMW is all about the brand, the premiumness and the refinement. बाइक की राइडिंग क्वालिटी काफ़ी अच्छी है, दोनों G310 and GS310R. My verdict, if you can spend and if you want a brand name, then you should opt and the BMWs, or if your pocket is not that friendly, then you can opt from the other competitive brands. Finally घर पहुंच चुका हूँ, little tired and want to take rest, want to have something good now. आज की राइड ख़त्म हो चुकी है. तो guys, back to pavilion. It's all about the BMW 300cc segment, that is GS310 and G310R. Hope you like the video, and if you like the video and content, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. आज के लिए इतना ही. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.